when Carney and Carlos Gu lifted the Strictly Come Dancing Glitterball trophy on Saturday night. It was more than a victory crowned by sequins, applause, and perfect scores. It was a moment heavy with emotion, one that seemed to crystallize not just months of rehearsal, but years of personal struggle, quiet self-reflection, and an unexpected friendship that reshaped two lives. The 2025 Strictly Come Dancing champions had just edged past formidable finalists George Clark and Amber Davies, closing one of the most competitive seasons in recent memory. As confetti fell and the music swelled, Karen, the former lioness whose athletic career had long trained her to keep emotions tightly controlled, stood visibly stunned. He wept openly, tears streaming down his face as the weight of the moment finally broke through. Beside her, Carlos Gu did not hold back at all. Just 2 days later, on Monday morning, Karen appeared on the Scott Mills Breakfast Show on BBC Radio 2. Still processing the magnitude of what had happened. The glow of victory was still fresh, but so too was the emotional intensity of the final night, especially Carlos's unforgettable reaction. Scott Mills, clearly struck by the scenes viewers had witnessed, could not resist asking the question many had been thinking. Because he got through some tissues on Saturday night, didn't he? He got all emotional. Karen didn't hesitate. Is Carlos all right? He asked with a laugh. If anything, she sounded fondly amused, and deeply moved. He's such a soft, gentle soul. He did, she replied warmly, and I think the absolute world of him. Her voice carried the ease of someone speaking not just about a professional partner, but about a person who had become woven into the fabric of her everyday life. And I get to see him today, she added. So I'm very excited. In fact, the pair had barely spent any time apart since the show ended, something Karen admitted had felt strangely unsettling. I haven't had 24 hours without Carlos Gu in my life, she told Scott, laughing. So I've missed him. It was a revealing comment. Over the course of the season, viewers had watched their partnership evolve from disciplined collaboration into something far more personal, a bond built on trust. But yeah, Karen continued, her admiration unmistakable, he's incredible. Vulnerability, and shared growth. He did a fantastic job, and I was so blessed and lucky to have him as my partner. She paused, then added words that perhaps carried even more weight than the trophy itself. And definitely a friend for life with Mr. Gu. I'm really happy I've got him in my life. Scott, sensing an opportunity for humor, joked that he would happily put money on Carlos crying all over again when the pair reunited. Karen's response only reinforced how deeply she had come to understand him. I carry tissues everywhere now, just in case, she revealed. The tissues were just for Carlos, she said, laughing. The tissues, she clarified, were not for herself. Because you just never know. As she explained it, Carlos's emotions often arrived suddenly, triggered by moments both big and small. Something just sets him off, Karen said gently, and he just gets upset, and I have to give him a big cuddle. She laughed again, then returned to the phrase she used repeatedly throughout the interview, as if no other description quite captured him. But he's so lovely, as you know, he's such a gentle soul. Those affectionate comments landed all the more powerfully given what audiences had already heard from Carlos himself just days earlier, words that stunned the ballroom and revealed a depth of self-awareness rarely expressed on live television. During Saturday night's final, with emotions already running high, Carlos had taken the microphone and delivered a raw, unfiltered confession. She's the best thing I've ever had in 2025. What followed was not a rehearsed soundbite, but a moment of startling honesty. She changed my life, he said of Karen, I came to Strictly after competitive life, Carlos continued. I was me. The admission rippled through the audience. I was self-centered. This was not the polished humility often expected in victory speeches, it was something closer to self-reckoning. I've been lost for years, he went on. No wonder I didn't get a partner last year, because I was not grateful. The comment referenced the 2024 series, when Carlos was not assigned a celebrity partner, a disappointment that, in hindsight, he now saw as a turning point rather than a setback. Host Claudia Winkleman, perhaps sensing the emotional intensity of the moment, tried gently to move things along. I need to finish, he insisted. But Carlos wasn't finished. What followed was the emotional core of his journey. Karen taught me how to be a kind, humble person, he said, and for the first time, I learned how to be a team player. His voice cracked as he reflected on the realization, which I am so sad about. Claudia stepped in with reassurance, her voice steady and affectionate. I never used to be a team player, he admitted. You've always been a team player, she told him. And we love you. Moments later, the result was announced. Karen Carney and Carlos Gu were the winners of Strictly Come Dancing 2025. If the speeches had laid bare their emotional journey, the final dance was a celebration of everything they had built together. The pair closed the night with their favorite routine, a football-themed jive set to Blondie's One Way or Another. It was bold, playful, and packed with personality, a perfect reflection of their partnership. The judges rewarded it with a perfect score of 40. As Claudia Winkleman and co-host Tess Daly confirmed the result, Karen stood almost frozen, disbelief written across her face. Then, gathering herself, she spoke directly to those who had supported her throughout the journey. I cannot believe it, she told viewers. I want to say thank you to everybody who has supported my journey. Finally, she turned to Carlos. Thank you to this wonderful gentleman, she said, emotion softening her voice. We're a team. I could not have done this without you. In that moment, the Glitterball trophy felt almost secondary. What lingered was the sense that Strictly Come Dancing had once again delivered something far more lasting than entertainment, a story of growth, humility, and an unlikely partnership that changed two people forever.